But the reason why I decided to just cut my tubes is because, to be honest, I am for the most part 99 point, 0.1% sure that I don't want to have children. However, we all change our minds sometimes on certain things. I don't think I will, but I'm somebody that is always open to growing and adaptation. So for me, if that's something that I do change my mind on, then I would like that option as well eventually. And then 2, taking out my uterus and not having periods, I feel like I'm already so different from my peers that I've cut my tubes, and that's something that I've not had any of my friends do or anyone that I know in my age group do. So already you feel like a little bit of different, though it doesn't affect me at all. Like I don't care. But if I'm now not experiencing periods as well, starting from the ripe age of 24, I feel like it would have made me feel so drastically different from my peers.
Kano kanjawulo mukko waliwo agenda okujja mu comment section agambe oshaba oleso w'oluzungu. Relax. Kakkana tugenda kukola ki? Tugenda kagonzaamu. Waliwo omwana omuto. Lwaki ngamba mwana muto? Cause she's just 24 years old. Ayina emyaka 24. Yavuddeyo n'akola post ku X oba ku Twitter n'agamba asaze enseke ze. Afunye tubal ligation kwegamba tayagala kufuna baana. Mu bigambo bye mu story yakugamba nti she's 99% oba 99.9% sure tayagala baana. It's a big decision.
Yeah.
It's a big massive decision. Eyogamba nti ndi mwana muto sagala kufuna baana. Ng'ate oli muki? Mukyala. Mu ggwanga lyaffe. It's not something people come out ne boogerako openly.
It's not common.
Exactly. So avuddeyo n'agamba nti tayagala baana.
Yeah.
Yasaze enseke ku myaka 24. Abantu ku Twitter oba gite X badde bakiwaako endowooza. Of course, majorly they were against it.
Yeah.
Nga bamugamba you're going to regret, ogenda kwejjusa, okikola otya. So she comes out and she makes a full YouTube video. Bamuyita Miss Maryash ku YouTube channel. Genda omwe subscription. Ayina content omulungi. She has good camera presence. Amanyi okwogera ku camera, amanyi okola content.
Yeah.
Naye nja kubuuza naawe wandaba. The elephant in the room, enjovu eri mu room. Decision eneekomawo ku muluma. Will it come back to bite her? Direct translation. Not beating around the bush. Eneekomawo neemuluma. Bujja ku kyo olunaku lumu yejjuse. Akoze ensobi. Of course, those are questions abantu bangi mu ggwanga, especially ku X nga nkugambye, badde baziina. Ekibuuzo oba elephant in the room, eno choice eneekomawo kuluma omwana w'obuwala ono. Katandike video.
So yes, I had tubal ligation at the age of 24. I know this is quite unusual or uncommon for most people, so I thought that I should talk about it. I had shared a little bit of the story on my Snapchat, and I got a lot of requests to make an official video talking about everything to do with tubal ligation. So in another separate video, I talked about having a surgery for fibroids, and during my surgery, I actually asked the doctors to cut my tubes. So what is cutting your tubes, basically, right? That the scientific name or the medical name is, I guess, tubal ligation. And tubal ligation, the one that I did, is where they cut my tubes. However, there are 2 types. There's one where they cut your tubes completely, or where they tie them. I think, they knot them, they tie them, something of the sort. So I chose the other one as opposed to the former.
So mwana w'obuwala okugamba nti yagenda okumugyamu ebizimba mu nabaana. Fibroid mu luzungu. Yagenda okumugyamu fibroids. N'asalawo n'agamba nti enseke muzisale. Saagala abaana. N'akonvinsinga abasawo. Of course, bajja kukkiriza. Because she's above 18, she can consent. Bazisaze. Nja kubuuza naawe wandaba. Eno decision, do you think she'll wake up one day and she regrets it or no?
Weyita biki gumite nga tosobola kusala nseke.
Tulagoba gumite we ogera osala nseke.
Buli muntu yenna abadde alowooza nti ali gumite erinnya ly'eggyeko. Mu ggwanga muno tulinamu gumite omu y'omukyalo oyo.
Omwana w'obuwala.
Yes, let me tell you, ndabye abantu ab'enjawulo mu myaka gyange gye mbadde ku nsi kuno, naye ono y'omu ku bantu bensanze ng'ali very decisive. Eno video najirabye from the beginning to the end. This lady is very decisive and she's very informed. A decision like this, tokera ku machango otudde ku chupa ya bia n'ogamba oba enseke zino nzisale, you get it. This is something ky'olowoozaako n'osomako n'okola research n'oyogera n'abasawo ab'enjawulo ne bakubuulira the benefits, the disadvantages, the consequences, buli kimu kigenda mu maaso, and then you make an informed decision. Yes, decision y'omukyalo ono eyinza okuba nga tetugyagala, but it's because it's uncommon. Ate nga abantu abasinga tulina obuzibu ku bintu ebiri uncommon. Twagala ffenna twambale kyekimu, ffenna tukozesa ebizigo byebimu, twagala nnyo normality. But something being different doesn't make it abnormal. As long as this lady made an informed decision, n'asalawo yekka nga tewali amukase, I have no problem with it. You get it? Back to the kibuuzo ky'ombuuzizza. Kigenda kukomawo kimulume? That is your opinion. In her own words, she is comfortable ne decision gye yakola. So ebyo byogamba ogenda kwejjusa kijja kuluma, that is your thought. Eyo ndowooza yo mu bulamu bwo, si mu bulamu bwe, ye mu bulamu bwe, she is comfortable n'ekintu kye yakola, unhappy. So lwakuba for you would be uncomfortable nti according to you nze nnyinza okwejjusa kyeka n'oli alina okwejjusa. No, abantu abamu baggumite bya ddala, si bineeno ebyagezaako bugezi. No, this lady made a decision and she's very, very comfortable with what she did. So ffe abasigadde, we don't matter.
I came to the realization that I did not want children a while ago, right? And here I was first with this surgery that was happening, and I was scared, and I'm going to go inside and think and take her with me, right? And I thought to myself, if I'm already going under the knife, I'm going under the table, might as well do what I've always wanted to do, which is get my tubes tied. Because if I'm being honest, I kept telling myself, I'd given myself till 26 to do it. This year I turned 25, so that would have been next year. I gave myself till 26 to do it. However, knowing me, I'm a coward not to actually do it, but to come back of my own accord to the hospital and say, hey, now I would actually like you to cut the tubes as well. Like, it's already traumatic enough to have people tinkering inside of you. So I decided to do it all at once, because even when like moms sometimes give birth, like if they're done having children, they will ask that their tubes are snipped.
Kampozingekawo nkubuuze. Story y'omwana ono w'obuwala agamba nti yalina fibroids nga bagenda mukola operation. That's important. She had fibroids. Sikyogera mbubi, but ebiseera bingi tukimanyi nti omuntu oba olina fibroids kijjirako infertility depending on the position of the fibroid. Eriwa mu nabaana eyinza okujjirako obutazaala. Okitegere? Bino sibyogera mbubi. So agenda maaso n'afuna operation. Ntolowooza nti ekintu ekyo kya influencinga decision y'okugamba nti sijja kufuna baana, nga yatula wansi n'akisomako n'agamba nti nfunye fibroid, therefore the complications that come with even having the child ng'obadde olina fibroid nazo nnyingi. Okitegere? Tolowooza nti alayika yakola ka research, olunaku lwe baamugamba nti olina fibroids, because mwana muto, I think ayinza okuba yasitegera nga alina emyaka nga 218. Okitegere? Nga bleedinga nnyo bintu tuwe bityo. So n'akola ka research n'akitegera nti fibroid zino zijja kunemesa okukola ki? Okufuna abaana. It's out there. Infertility, fibroid. Si buli omu, of course, depending on the position nga nkugambye. Then mulimu kana akajja nti zikomawo. Okitegera? They are history oba olina fibroid ziyinza okudda mu maaso eyo. N'akola research n'ategeera nti ebintu bino bijja complicating okuzaala kwange okw'abaana. Don't you think that was a trigger to influence her decision ogamba nti kansala enseke? Nga the decision is not majorly because tayagala abaana. Okitegere? I'm just thinking out loud. I might be wrong one. Saaliyo, it's her choice. And I respect it.
You're trying to understand.
Nedda, I'm drawing different pictures. Nsinga obufaananyi obw'enjawulo. And sagala mufune bubi, I respect her choice. Because in Chima it was informed, yatula wansi, na researching. But yavudde mu public and she made this public, therefore we can give opinions about it. Tuyinza okukiwaako endowooza, we can criticize or we can disagree with it or agree with it. So tolowooza nti ka research ako ate okuba yabisomako.
Of course.
Don't you think nti kya influencinga choice gy'akoze eno ey'okugamba kansala enseke sagala baana?
Definitely essaawa eno tetumanyi why she did it. tetumanyi kikyamu influencinga.
But there has to be a trigger.
Yes, naye natandise nkugamba ku bantu benzize ndaba ono omukyala ali informed about what she did. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, ne scenario gy'otuwadde bw'ogendeewo omusawo n'omugamba because of such and such a reason oba musawo omanyi njagala enseke bazisale. N'omusawo asingayo obunafu.
Yeah.
Agenda kwesikamu, agenda kugamba omanyi kankuwa omwaka okirowoozeeko, kankuwa wiiki okirowoozeeko, like bagenda kuweereza buli information gye weetaaga okukola ki okukyusa obwongo. Naye ate bw'olemerako nga bw'otugambye, this is your body. You are an adult, you can make a decision for yourself. Yes, yakola research. Naye ng'omusawo tannasiniipinga. Omusawo yamuweereza options. Omusawo yamunnyonnyola. Omusawo yamubuulira consequences.
Yeah.
And she knew. She stood by her word. Ngenda kuleetera ekirala. Simanyi anansonyiwa. Oyinza okuba olina abazadde bo, you get it. Ne bagamba naye mwana wange. Can't we try this? Tugende India. Waliwo omusawo e US. Tukole kino nekino, you get it. But then your support system, naawe, you go ahead with that decision.
Yeah.
So saagala kwagringa n'abantu baku internet nti osanga this and this happened to her when she was a child, kati obusungu n'agamba sijja kuzaala. No. I think it is what she wanted.
Sirowooza nti it's normal in our society omuntu okugamba nti saagala abaana. There has to be a trigger.
It is not normal,
buli omu akola
but
assumption
it is
ezize.
possible.
Nkimanyi it's possible, but it's one of those things kyenalowoozezza nti singa omwana w'obuwala ono eno ndowooza yange nga ye naggambye respect her choice.
Yeah.
Singa tiyalina aspect eno,
Yeah, fibroids.
I don't think she would make this decision. Sirowooza.
Naye ate.
I strongly think nti ebizimba bino fibroid somehow influenced her choice. Ng'amaze okusoma what happens, kiki bigenda okukola kitegera nga nkugambye saaliyo simanyi, I might be wrong, ndowooza yange, but I think there's a trigger. Sagala gendamu eyo direction mbu childhood trauma, neglect, biki no, sagala genda eyo, but there has to be a trigger for us to make a decision. In my thinking, singa aspect y'ebizimba teyaliiwo, singa okusalawo kuno takukoze kyendowooza.
But the reason why I decided to just cut my tubes is because, to be honest, I'm for the most part 0.1% sure that I don't want to have children. However, we all change our minds sometimes on certain things. I don't think I will, but I'm somebody that is always open to growing and adaptation. So for me, if that's something that I do change my mind on, then I would like that option as well eventually. And then two, taking out my uterus and not having periods, I feel like I'm already so different from my peers that I've cut my tubes, and that's something that I've not had any of my friends do or anyone that I know in my age group do. So already you feel like a little bit of different, though it doesn't affect me at all. Like I don't care. But if I'm now not experiencing periods as well, starting from the ripe age of 24, I feel like it would have made me feel so drastically different from my peers. And that's not something that I want to experience. So I thought, at the end of the day, a period is not that deep, it's not that serious. And then three, I kind of had this fear that it might mess up some sort of ecosystem down there. What if it shoots me into menopause, pre-menopause, as a 24-year-old? And that's not what the doctor said. She said that since I would have my ovaries intact, that's not the case. But you just never know what can happen with the female body.
Omanyi, whether obelievinga mu Katonda, oba mu Big Bang, oba origin ya life, yona jeva. Fenna, we were created with one, oba origin is a fe. They dictate one common thing. We have to reproduce. Whether olowooza Katonda yakutonda oba olina yonna gye wava oba oli alien oba ki, tulina sole purpose emu ku nsi kuno, to reproduce. Kyovola tulina male and female, tulina different sexes. So buli wozanyira mu your natural process, something goes wrong on your body. Ebintu by'omukyalo ogamba sijja kuzaala, bijja ne complications. Ogamba nti sijja kufuna baana. So mulimu cancers ez'abakyala ezijja okujja nga tozadde mwana, nga risk factor yabutazaala. Wekiri ekyo. Science proves it.
Yeah.
Lwaki nteekawo emboozi yo? Cause nkimanyi mulimu omuntu nga they are watching this video. Of course, ono mwana w'obuwala we can't fault her for her choice. Yasazeewo.
Yeah.
But n'omuntu wagiraba nga ayagala kukola decision ye mukimanye nti such issues exist.
And they have consequences.
Exactly. Obutazaala, you're breaking a natural process. Wozanyira mu natural process eyo. There are consequences. you've created an imbalance, and that imbalance will come with a consequence. Your body will not like it. Something funny will happen. So obo osalawo nga you're inspired by this video, which is okay, go ahead. But remember, there are consequences.
Yeah.
How did I feel after? I felt very excited. I remember when I woke up from the surgery, the first thing I asked the doctor is, did you cut my tubes? And she's like, yeah, I did. Because, I read about doctors feeling personal impositions on the clients and saying, no, like, you're too young, let me, just not do it and then you'll come back later. I told my doctor, if I find out that you guys did not in fact cut these tubes, I will sue this hospital because I am of age. I am allowed to, even if it's a mistake, it is my mistake to make, not anybody else's. I'm a full-grown adult. So I wanted to make sure that was okay. And for them, what they did is, I don't know why there's this like very huge fear of like somebody young cutting our tubes, because like it's not the end of the world. You can still do so many things outside of to get the kid. But I remember they made me write like a handwritten letter in my handwriting so that they put it in my file to show that I asked for this and I, paid for this and I inquired, and they gave me different options and I refused. And in fact, they did. My doctor, I remember she told me I could do for you an implant, the IUD implant that has copper, because I was scared of hormones. I'm very scared of hormones, honestly. I didn't want to do any birth control that has hormones. I've just seen how much it affects different women. And for me, that was a very, very big fear of mine. When you start to engage sexually, and yet you have to protect yourself, because especially if you don't want children, like you have to put certain measures in place. So I was very, very scared of that, and it was not sustainable to not ever be on birth control if my goal was to not end up with a child. So what I decided to do was to remove all of that and just snip.
To me, that's what is most important.
Yeah.
She was informed. Bamubuulira buli kimu, but still n'asalawo. Ate n'ensonga ze ye ng'omuntu alina ensonga ze ku lwaki ayagala ekintu kino. So fe abasigadde, we shouldn't be hypocritical nti tugenda kusupportinga omukyala agenda okukozesa a different type of family planning ono ye tumcrucifying. They are all forms of family planning. Lwakuba nti tetuli informed, twagala nnyo okujajinga, because this one is not making the same decision as me, ngenda kumcrucifyinga. No, you are entitled to your own decision. Naye neyange respecting. Nga gwe bw'oli comfortable okuhavinga, let me say, abortions every month, I'm also entitled to do my own tubal ligation. Okitegeera? So buli omu akkirizibwa okukola ekimusanyusa. According to this young lady, ye tayagala kubeera single mother. Tayagala kukeera ku makya ng'omusajja amusibye omwana nga maybe abadde mu situation, abadde mu bbaala ne bamukula biki, then she ends up pregnant. You get it?
Nga amusibye omwana ati.
Abasajja basiba abakazi abaana n'akuteeka mu position nga totegeera, n'akufunisa olubuto kubanga akirabye gw'oli gumite, gw'olina ssente, gw'oli mugagga, gw'olina amagezi. Some men do that. So omukyala ono ye agamba she wanted to protect herself. Yabadde ayagala kwekuuma nti ne bw'onsanga n'onkolotya sigenda funa lubuto nga seeyagalidde. Then oli n'avaayo n'agamba lwaki wakozesa condom, lwaki wakola bwoti ne bwoti. All those are choices. Gwokera ku makya n'ogamba ngenda kukozesa IUD, ono ngenda kukozesa safe days, ono ngenda kukozesa celibacy, but then her decision was different. Nti nze njagala kukola kintu bwe kiti. And to me, I still believe it is okay. Whether you support it or not, this is her own decision. Ate ajenyumirizaamu. And then the other misconception abanje tufunye nti omukyalo ono azze ku integrating abantu balala, like kuyingiza abantu balala mu kintu kye. No. I don't think that's what she's up to. She is sharing her experience. Nga gwe bokkiriza omuntu omulala okunyumizaako emboozi ya boda, it's the same thing.
Ya best hotel. Nva kola story ya best hotel katikati.
And then ekintu ekya kinsanze nga hypocritical mweno story. Ffe ng'abantu tuli comfortable with politicians, ministers, MPs, people who make decisions as it were affecting personally. We are comfortable with them. Naye ate omuntu akola decision etakukwatako. It will even never affect your grandchildren. But then tujigeza, we are making it a big deal. Naye bali abatukolera decisions, we clap for them, we move with them, we eat with them. That is hypocritical.
And I don't live for a certain elusive husband that I don't know. I live for myself. This is my body. So for me, it was very important to find somebody who respects that. And when we were done with that entire process, how did I feel as a person? I felt so great. Honestly, it's like I felt like a new lease on life. I was just like, oh my God, this is a new me, new freedom, new everything. Like it just felt, for me, it felt amazing because anyway, I'm somebody who's very informed and very decisive. I don't usually do things on a whim. So for me to choose something as big as that, I probably very well decided on it. So I would say sit down with yourself and see if that's something that you actually desire, because The thing is, IVF is very expensive. If you want to have children, I think you'll tell me, maybe you start from like 20 mil to like get the eggs retrieved. And one, no, it starts from 20 mil and above. And if you want to choose twins or if you want to choose gender, that's even more money. So IVF is not cheap, guys, unless you're into abortion. Sorry, not abortion, adoption. IVF is not cheap. So sit down with yourself and really consider what you would be choosing.
It's a big decision. Tetujja kujja wano crucify her, kiyingire mungu okimanyi, yes you can do it, have informed consent. Naye, the repercussions, number one, of not having babies, the repercussions of okusala enseke. Kiyina ebijjirako. Tekiri all rosy like people paint it. Nga we nagambye nga video etandika, kiddamu. This is not professional medical advice. Tulina protecting a license. Kanfune ndowooza. Njagala ompe endowooza yo mu comment section wansi awo ku action y'omwana w'obuwala ono ey'okuvayo n'agamba nti taagala kufuna baana n'asala enseke. Okirowoozaako ki? Teeka endowooza yo mu comment section wansi awo. Tujja kulaba mu video eddako. Peace.